comes with the question number 15 on the screen, that is, describe the post-fertilization changes in a flower. We have to describe the changes which occurs after the fertilization in case of flowering plants. Now, after the fertilization, we know that a formation of a unicellular structure which is diploid in nature is going to be formed, that is zygote. Now, this zygote occurs, or this zygotic formation takes place only after the fertilization or fusion of two different types of gametes, that is male and female gamete. So, in case of flowering plants or angiospermic plants, after the fertilization, the zygote, which is a diploid structure, diploid unicellular structure, undergoes mitotic divisions, several mitotic divisions to form an embryo, Simultaneously, the endosperm nucleus present in the central cell of embryo sac undergoes divisions to form endosperm cells, primary endosperm cells. These primary endosperm cells provide the nutrition to the developing embryo. These endospermic cells provide nutrition to the developing embryo. Now, we can find several changes just after fertilization in case of flowering plants. We know that the formation of zygote will take place just after the fertilization. This zygote will differentiate or undergoes several mitotic divisions to form an embryo. Simultaneously, what happens? The endospermic cells provides a source of nutrition to the developing embryo. Also, the ovules becomes seed after fertilization and ovary becomes fruit after fertilization. The integuments present outside the ovule becomes testa or seed coat of the seed, and also the sepals and petals of a flower will shed. Also, the antipodal cells, the synergid cells present in the embryo sac will disintegrate before or during or after the fertilization, just after the fertilization. So, all these are the series of changes we can observe just after fertilization in flowering plants or angiospermic plants. So, if we want to write an answer for this question, it will go like this, that first we are going to write that after fertilization, the zygote will undergo mitotic division, not meiotic division, the mitotic division. Why mitotic division? Because this zygote is going to give rise to whole new organism with diploid nature. So after fertilization, the zygote will undergo mitotic division, several mitotic divisions to form an embryo, Alright, so after fertilization, the zygote will undergo mitotic divisions, several mitotic divisions to form an embryo, and simultaneously the primary endosperm nucleus, present. Where does this primary endosperm nucleus is present? It is present inside the central cell of embryo sac. So the primary endosperm nucleus present in the central cell of the embryo sac will undergo divisions to form endospermic cells, to form endospermic cells. Which will provide nutrition, to the developing embryo, So the nutrition provided to the developing embryo will be coming from the endospermic cells present inside the central cell of the embryo sac. Along with this, what are the changes occurring after the fertilization in angiospermic plants? That is, the ovule will develop into seeds, and the ovary will develop into fruits. The fruits which we eat are nothing but the ovary of a flower. Now, next change we can observe after the fertilization in a flowering plant, that is antipodal cells. Antipodal cells and synergid cells. I hope you all remember where does the synergid cells and antipodal cells are present in the embryo sac. So antipodal cells and synergid cells present inside the embryo sac. Disintegrate before, it can happen before they disintegrate. For sure they will disintegrate, but this can disintegrate before, during or after fertilization Also the integuments surrounding the ovule get convert into the testa. The integument surrounding the ovule gets convert into the testa or seed coat of the seeds. This is one of the change which can occur after the fertilization. Last but not least, the petals and sepals of flower also degenerates or fall off. So these are the series. This is the series of changes which can occur or which can be observed just after the fertilization in case of flowering plants or angiospermic plants. So this is a complete solution of question number 15 here.